Which team is Honorable Millie Mabona, the MP for Suba South, representing between the Linda Ground and Linda Mwananchi, both factions in the ODM party? I bet that is what most people are interested in knowing, and some claim in the hypothesis, depending on how Millie is behaving, he's clearly on Linda Mwananchi. That is what we want to debunk today and get to know the reality. First and foremost, we have the current SG, who is Catherine Omanyo, saying that Suba North MP Millie Odhiambo is taking a neutral stance in the ongoing internal disputes within the ODM party. So he's saying that Millie Mabona has failed to take a firm position as tensions rise in the party. This did not take much before Millie Mabona went to her social media account, specific on Facebook, where she said, "I took a clear stand for reconciliation and unity. Goons were sent to attack me for seeking a strong and unified party." Honorable Omanyo took a stand to take Sifuna's position. If you remember, there was that Linda Ground function that happened in a Siala Resort in Kisumu County back then. And it is at that particular moment we saw so many persons who were ODM members concerned by saying, since when did ODM start fairing members to attend their parties? Since when did ODM started paying members or supporters to attend their party? That is one thing that the party leader, the late Raila Amolo Odinga, never did. It is at that point that people knew something is wrong. What were they doing? They were now adapting what is largely seen with the leading party in government, the UDA. It is them who ferry supporters. It is them who pay people to attend their rally. But now, it is in that event where Millie Mabona did say, "Hey, I see no need of this division. Kindly call our son Edwin Sifuna, Babu Owino, James Orengo, Godfrey Osotsi, and the rest, so that we get to sit down and comb out issues that are making them feel like ODM is no longer pursuing the interest in which it was formed or in which it was supposed to fight for the grievances of the persons, but rather it is now advocating for the agenda of President William Samoei Ruto. In short, they have become choir members. And say she was fought, and it is this statement that she says, "Goons were sent to attack me for seeking a strong and unified party." The game did not end there, because we see her giving more explanation, saying, "I did sit with Honorable Sifuna as suggested more than once. Together with Honorable Otiende and others, we attempted diplomacy and reconciliation. I spoke to other senior party members in Linda Ground. We were to have a sitting before Central Committee meeting in Kilifi. Instead, goons came to attack Sifuna, but turned their anger on me when they realized Sifuna was not there. They and their masters were not happy that I was attempting to bring our teams together. Let me sit on the fence so long as it is not yours. The buttocks are also mine." It is like fire for fire. If you claim I'm sitting on the fence, well, I'm neutral, because I want peace, I want unity, I want reconciliation. Let us listen to our fellows who feel aggrieved. Let us comb out the issues that they feel the party is not pursuing different from their objectives, missions, and visions. Now, according to Edwin Sifuna's explanation yesterday on Spice FM, that Kilifi Linda Ground that was organized, he was to attend. Unfortunately, he was informed of a plot to attack him. Therefore, he did not do that. But since goons were already been paid to heckle and harm Edwin Sifuna, the only person they could turn their anger to was the person who was now trying to bring reconciliation ideas back to them, and now that turned to be their enemy. That is Millie Mabona. So it isn't clear up to this moment where Millie Mabona is standing, but these now will ultimately give you at least a clear wind. And here, this is where I'll tell you to use your intellect, your intelligence. Now, Millie Mabona says in this post, I find it utterly amusing that when I express a view different from some people in my party, then they send bloggers with a standard, "You are jealous of Gladys Wanga" comment. Other than the statement depicting intellectual deficiency, I wonder what you hope to achieve with it. If I am jealous of Wanga and yet I am superb as a leader, that is good. It means as a woman leader, she is doing exceedingly well. That is a plus for us women. Secondly, in your wildest dreams, you think I will not speak my mind merely by telling me that I'm jealous of Wanga? Walo Parie. That is a Luo term tend to mean like you are just yapping, you know. Let me start right away, and henceforth my hashtag shall be I am jealous of Wanga. So here is my posting for today. I do not support zoning. Let democracy prevail. We are in broad-based coalition with UDA. Let them field candidates anywhere. Let what we have done under our respective mandates be our defender. Hashtag I'm jealous of Wanga. If you want to destroy it completely. If you want to know my stand, read this statement. Now, it comes clearly in the issue of zoning. Remember the larger ODM Linda Ground faction. Now, they abandoned the Tunataka power. We want power narrative. And now they want respect. Why do they want respect? Because UDA was now encroaching into their so-called strongholds or bedrooms, where they enjoy massive support as a party. Now, UDA says they will field candidates in those areas, and that is what is bringing this war of zoning versus no zoning. Now, we have different people with different views regarding to this zoning issue. Millie herself has said that clearly. For me, I see no problem with no zoning. Let them fill their candidates. Whatever work you have done, let it speak for itself. Let the people judge you according to your work. What do you fear? Isn't that clear enough that Millie Mabona's spirit and soul is in Linda Mwananchi, but the body could be trapped in Linda Ground. But the spirit and soul is in Linda Mwananchi. I think it is just a matter of time, because Millie believes Babu is a brilliant mind. Honorable Sifuna is a brilliant mind. James Orengo, these are brilliant minds that ODM cannot function without. And in one instance, even Millie says that the power that Sifuna has wielded for now is as a result of him being sidelined. Do you know, legally, Edwin Sifuna is still the Secretary General for ODM. Do you know, legally, Godfrey Osotsi is still the Deputy Party Leader of ODM, and that is according to the Registrar of Parties and the board or the part that is concerned with solving party disputes. You understand? Because the SNDC that was organized in Bomas was nothing other than to signature or to put a rubber stamp on already made resolutions. It was not where you will go take your grievances. So right now, things are going haywire. They feel like the persons they are in marriage with are encroaching their land. Now they feel like they are being misused, they are being disrespected. That is not the case. You get into marriage, do as it should be. The house is now yours. You can walk in every corner. So they welcomed Ruto. Let Ruto field candidates everywhere, and them too, let them field candidates everywhere. It is as simple as that. You understand? So, back to Millie Mabona. It is clear, like night and day, that Millie Mabona's soul and spirit is in Linda Mwananchi. And as they do say, time is the healing factor to every wound. Let us wait and see. I could be wrong, I could be right, but at least 95% of the things I have been saying ultimately come to happen. I talked about the division in ODM. It happened. I talked about the fractions in ODM. It happened. Even the ones that I was wrong in terms of my analysis, it was just that part of it was true, part of it never made the light of the day. As you know, we can't be perfect. What is your take? What is your thought? Give me that in the comment section below. If you love content of this nature and you're watching from our YouTube channel, kindly subscribe and press the notification button so anytime that we are live or we upload content of this nature, you'll be the very first person to be notified. Ahmed Khalif is my name for the unscripted talks here in Dub Radio. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuhu.
Kwa timba kali za Afrika, Dub Radio ndio mpango mzima.